Episode 42 of the Fit Pro podcast. The most common thing in today's world is people giving advice with zero experience. Why? Because advice is risk-free. Welcome back to the Fit Pro podcast. I am your host, Marvin Fayez. And if this is the first time you're listening to the podcast, make sure after you're done, you click subscribe. Whether you listen to this on the website, whether you listen to this on iTunes, click subscribe. You will get the updated content. I'm putting out about 3 episodes a week. Really enjoying the process. If you're on Android, you are not left behind either. Podcast Addict, head there. Search for Pro Podcast, subscribe to the podcast. You'll get every single episode as soon as they come out. Make sure you're on Wi-Fi. Download everything. That's your one mission today. Now, let's get into today's episode because I feel like it's going to be a quick one. And I don't want to take up a lot of your time, and it stops me from rambling like I am right now. So today's episode is all about bad advice. The most common thing in today's world is people giving advice with zero experience. Why? Because advice is risk-free. Oh, guys. There's some people out there that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And to navigate the sea of disaster, you need to get good at figuring out who to listen to. And I know all of you are adults. Maybe some of you aren't, but I don't know why you listen to the podcast. But adults, you should know better, okay? But unfortunately in today's world, we grow up where everybody feels like they have the best advice ever. Everybody's got that uncle that wants to give you life advice, but has done nothing. Alright? This is common sense for a lot of people, but common sense isn't that common, so the more you hear it, the more you believe it. But at the same time, don't believe everything you hear. That's gonna fucking suck. How are you gonna make sense of this podcast? Listen to me. Listen to what I'm about to say. This is how you get good advice from the right people. Listening to your parents can be a bad idea. They all mean well. Trust me, guys, they all mean well. My parents, if I didn't have the parents I have, they're still alive, I wouldn't be the person I am today. They do their best to guide you in the right direction. So, for example, if you're doing something completely left-wing, say if you're doing something like a podcast, and they try and give you advice on a podcast, but have never even heard of one or done anything around it, that's probably bad advice. Whereas if your parents are podcasters, that's perfect fucking advice. You probably excel very, very quickly. So listening to your parents can sometimes be a bad thing. That's not to say be flat out rude and ignore them, but just let them know. At one point in my life, when I was doing network marketing, I let my parents know, look, you've never done this before, you've just heard stories. Let me do this, let me figure it out. Because I'm not into playing Chinese whispers. Cool. Number 2, people that have never done the thing. So whether you're in fitness, whether you're in business, whether you're in entrepreneurship, don't listen to people that have never done what you're trying to do. I mean, listen to them, but don't. It's association and disassociation. I'm trying to get my words out here. You can take in advice, helpful advice, but when people start telling you how to do something they've never done, again, look the other way, because chances are advice is free because it's risk free. All right. Friends and family, they mean well. This is reiterating on point number 1. Friends and family mean well, and sometimes you might have to disassociate from a few to get to your destination for a little bit. And your friends will be the first ones to either doubt you, support you, or hate on you. All right. So that keep in mind whenever you're doing something completely left field, or even something that's scary to them, like fucking being a personal trainer. Some people think it's the dumbest idea. There's no future in it. Blah, it's so overcrowded. Cool. Have you done it? And why are you 50 kilos overweight? Alright, so you gotta listen to people that have done what you're looking to do. Look for a mentor in your niche. Look for whether you're in the fitness industry, whether you're, say, for example, if you're a PT, a business owner, a multiple business owner, aka entrepreneur, a podcaster, a YouTuber, whatever you are. Look for a mentor in your niche. There's people out there that have done what you are trying to do. There's books out there written by people that have done what you are trying to do. You are not alone. There's heaps and heaps of information out there in today's world, and to ignore all of that is like being like an ostrich and sticking your head in the ground. So you don't need to do that. There's going to be a mentor out there. My most important point: fail forward faster. Fail forward faster. Keep doing the thing. To do the thing, you got to do the thing. So keep moving forward. You're going to fail a lot. Fail a lot, fail a lot, fail a lot. That's the best advice I can give you, is you're going to fail a lot. Keep going. We have made it to episode 42. I've had so many pullouts. I've had so many things go wrong. I've had things go wrong mid-interview. I've had people tell me that this will never work, or nobody's listening, blah, 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 blah. People are listening. People love the content. I'm amazing. That's just a flat-out lie from them. So, fail forward faster. Best advice you'll hear. No, there's no learning experience like a learning experience that you experience. I'm dropping some bombs today. And curate your content. Some people have great advice on a particular subject, but not all their advice is great. So you can then take parts of people's advice and curate your own content. Make your own basically hard drive of information based upon what you are doing. This is very broad advice, guys. This is for everybody, not just for one specific type of person. Curate your content. Boom, let's go through those points again, just to drill it in your head as you're driving to work, or as you are in the gym, or as you are at work. Listening to your parents sometimes can lead you down the wrong direction. That's point 1. Point 2, people that have never done the thing. Listening to people that have never done what you're trying to do is probably one of the worst things you could ever do. Friends and family will either be the first to doubt you, the first to support you, or the first to hate on you. Expect that. It's coming. They don't, and again, if they've never done what you're trying to do, the advice from that's probably going to be quite terrible. Number 4, look for a mentor in your niche. Look for a mentor in your niche that knows what is coming up, so they can guide you around it, like basically like a radar system. Okay, there's an iceberg here, turn left, go right, and you'll be good, right? Fail forward faster. Number 5, make sure you fail forward faster, and the only way you do that is by putting in the work. They say it takes 10,000 hours to be a professional. Those 10,000 hours can come slow, or they can come quick. If you're doing an hour a week, you're going to take 10,000 weeks, whereas if you're putting 50-hour weeks in every week, it's obviously going to be a lot quicker. It's going to come quicker. You're going to become an expert quicker. And number 6, curate your content. Don't believe everything everybody has to say. Don't believe me. Don't believe your friends. Don't believe your family. Don't believe your mentors. You don't have to believe everything, but curate what makes sense to you, and then follow that. Whew! I got it all out, guys, and fairly quick too. Now, remember, to do the thing, you have to do the thing. This has been the Fit Pro Podcast, and if you are a first-time user, this is the time you press subscribe to the show. If you have not, make sure you head to Fit Pro Podcast on Facebook at facebook.com/FitProPod. You can find me there. Share this episode. Share the shit out of it, because this is advice that everybody should know. Share it. Like it on Facebook. There will be a post. Share it on Twitter. And guys, just go ham on this. There's more content coming soon. We have so much amazing content coming up. Such amazing interviews. And I can't wait to share them with you. That being said, guys, this is the Fit Pro Podcast. I'm your host, Marvin Fayez. Keep moving, keep being motivated, keep being inspired, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.